talk Man United who want players out of the door. Any progress on the 5 they want to get rid of?
Ruben Amorim completely wanted to revolutionise that front 3 at Manchester United. He wants to play with a different style to what historically they've done, and they've gone out and got the players to do that. Their main focus now is to try and generate some money and sell some players from those players that are not going to be involved directly in the squad. And we spoke about it at 5 o'clock. There's a number of players like Anthony, Tyrell Malacia, Rasmus Højlund that are all going to be heading to the Manchester United Old Trafford exit door. No significant progress. We know that there's a lot of interest in Jadon Sancho. There has been an offer lodged to Manchester United with regards to him from Roma. We understand that offer to be £20 million. Manchester United currently considering he has just 1 year left on his current contract. Nothing for Anthony, nothing for Tyrell Malacia. The information on Rasmus Højlund, we know that AC Milan are interested in signing him, and Borussia Dortmund as well. His stance a couple of weeks ago was, I want to stay at Old Trafford and fight for my place. However, that's changed. He would be open to going to AC Milan, so that's basically opened the doors for them. Right, do a deal with Manchester United and I'm willing to come to you. In regards to this one, we know that Manchester United want to get rid of these 5 players. Jadon Sancho into the last year of his Old Trafford contract, and there has been an offer lodged to Manchester United from Serie A side Roma. Manchester United are currently considering the offer and deciding what they want to do. We know that there is interest from Borussia Dortmund as well, and we know that Jadon Sancho is on big money, so therefore they want to get rid of him. They want to try and recoup back as much as they possibly can. He's on big wages as well, so that is one of the issues there. But yeah, that's the latest with regards to Jadon Sancho.
And what about the others? Any movement on any of the other 4?
No, Anthony, £80 million worth of investment, still at Manchester United. Again, another one on big wages, on loan at Real Betis. No formal offers as of yet. No other clubs really at the table, but Real Betis would love to take him. However, unfortunately, they can't afford him at the moment. We know that Rasmus Højlund, another player of interest to a number of Serie A clubs, AC Milan at the ones at the minute that are closest to potentially getting a deal done. His stance, I want to stay at Old Trafford, I want to play, I want to prove myself, and I want to get myself in that team. But at the minute, still talks ongoing. Looks like a lack of minutes is going to be his issue, so he's almost being forced, out of the club. Garnacho, Chelsea, it feels like it's only a matter of time before this one happens, but Chelsea just have to be a little bit clever with how much they spend compared to how much they receive and sell players on for. But we know that the talks continue. Tyrell Malacia, unfortunately, Tyrell Malacia fans, I can't say anything positive. There will be interest. It'll end up going somewhere, but at the minute, we don't know of anyone at the table.
I'm just hearing something from the producer that Højlund is open to a move to Milan now. We're just hearing that, Sky Italy reporting that, which is interesting.
Yeah,
so well, he's read the runes.
He's read the room. He's not going to get any game time. When you don't play minutes, for example, Jack Grealish not going to the Club World Cup for Man City, that's them basically saying, thanks Jack, but we don't want you. Go and explore your options. Same for him, lack of game time over the course of pre-season, and maybe recently he's decided, look, I just need to go and play games. That's going to be key.
Right, I want to rattle through this. You touched on this earlier, Mark. Goalkeeping is something that's been spoken about there as well. Have they sorted their situation or not?
Goalkeepers is a position that Manchester United have been looking at this summer, but their focus was on 2 10s and a striker. However, there is still this big question mark about Andre Onana and whether or not they need to go and sign a goalkeeper to potentially challenge him or potentially replace him. He's been injured over the course of pre-season, so not played a great deal, which is another issue. And of course, Manchester United have to be conscious about what they spend financially with regards to PSR as well. So they're focused very much on generating some income to enable them maybe then to go and look at other positions they'd like to strengthen.
Asmir, Andre Onana gets a lot of stick, gets criticised a lot. Do United this season improve if he's still in their goal?
No, I think so. I think because, one, he's going to be more familiar with Ruben Amorim's system and the way he wants him to play. I think another year, Man United is getting used to the situation. But I think if we're talking about Donnarumma in this case and being able to bring him in, I think it's an upgrade. And, these things don't come up every day, so maybe it's an opportunity they feel like it's too good to pass up. But I think Andre Onana, once he gets back fit, it's a shame when you miss preseason. I think with the new manager having a full preseason, I think it can be a very, very important thing. So for him to miss preseason is probably very, very unlucky. But again, I think if you can bring a caliber of Donnarumma into your building, then I think it's something Man United need to look into.
Then guys, Carlos Baleba. For Carlos Baleba, the contacts are still ongoing. This is a difficult deal for Manchester United, not just financially, but also in terms of strategy, because Brighton at the moment are still not giving an official number to Manchester United. They did a similar situation with Moises Caicedo. It was 2 years ago when Caicedo went to Chelsea. They were not giving a number, not giving an indication. Then, when Liverpool arrived with an official bid, Chelsea matched the bid, offered a bit more, and signed the player. But Brighton keep not giving a number at the moment for Baleba. They say, we don't want to sell. Sorry, the message is quite clear. We don't want to sell. That's the point for Brighton. But at the moment, what's important to mention is that Manchester United are still there. Manchester United are still in contact with the agents. Manchester United are still working on the deal. Then, they want to understand how high is this wall for Brighton, but they are still working on the Carlos Baleba deal. They are not giving up at the moment. Difficult? Yes. Very difficult? Of course. But Man United are still there. And the player, I think this is important, is not closing the doors at all. Personal terms are not a problem. European football, no. For Man United this season, for Baleba is not a problem. He would go to Man United immediately. I can guarantee that. But club to club, we are still far from solution. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what Brighton decide to do. But for sure, the story for Carlos Baleba remains ongoing. Then can't go ahead forever, because obviously at some point Man United will need to decide what they want to do. Brighton also maintaining their position. Let's follow this Baleba story, because it's going to be one of the important ones of these final weeks of the transfer window.
Ruben Amorim pushing for Carlos Baleba as Man United come up with alternative to pound 120M rated Brighton star. Ruben Amorim is reportedly urging Manchester United to try and sign Brighton star Carlos Baleba, but a list of alternative options have been drawn up. The Independent claim that United are actively trying to sign the midfielder, but Brighton want around £120 million, $163 million, for his services. The report adds that the Red Devils are considering an initial £80 million, $109 million, bid, with the rest made up in add-ons, and winger Jadon Sancho could be part of the offer, although the Seagulls are unlikely to want him. Baleba is keen on a United move, but there is still a long way to go before Amorim's team can secure his signature. The report adds that if they cannot recruit the Cameroon international, the Red Devils' preferred alternative is Crystal Palace star Adam Wharton. It is anticipated, however, that the 21-year-old could cost even more than Baleba this summer. It remains to be seen if United will up their efforts to sign Baleba in the coming weeks. The Red Devils have also looked at Sporting CP's Morten Jumland, but are said to hold concerns about his physicality, and Atalanta's Ederson. Manchester United miss out as Gianluigi Donnarumma agrees personal terms on Premier League move. After several months of talks, the PSG outcast has made his decision. Gianluigi Donnarumma has agreed personal terms with Manchester City. The goalkeeper, considered by some as the best in the world, has been left out of the Paris Saint-Germain squad for tonight's UEFA Super Cup showdown with Tottenham, having been told to find a new club by the European champions. PSG have already signed his replacement in the form of Lucas Chevalier for around £50 million, who will make his debut against Spurs. Luis Enrique, PSG head coach, has since confirmed that he is looking for a different profile of goalkeeper, hence the decision to omit the Italy international. Donnarumma soon after took to social media to bid his goodbye to PSG and the club's fans. And Donnarumma has not wasted any time finding pastures news. According to French daily L'Equipe, the goalkeeper's agent, Enzo Raiola, has been in talks with both Man City and Manchester United for several months. Donnarumma has now spoken